What's going on, everybody? ChromeOnRust here. We're going to be taking a look at a Barb's progression from levels 1 through 70. This is going to be our first video for preseason preparation. Now, as you can see, I am doing this in hardcore, and it is on the Europe server. Well, the reason being, I had absolutely no progression up until I created this character and went through Act 1. I want to come out with a few videos talking about the various progression stages that you're going to encounter on your Barbarian. It seems like at the end of every act is going to kind of seem fitting, so that way we're staying up to date, but we're not talking about every single little detail that's going on, because a lot of that is just pretty standard and you already know what you're supposed to be doing. But taking a look at the blacksmith right out the gate here, crafting boots at level 4 I pretty much feel is going to be mandatory unless you found some with movement speed or something like that. You're going to be running around really slow. Not having any movement speed is really horrible, but being able to craft boots right away to give you that movement speed is going to be, well, really nice. I didn't end up finding an upgrade at all, so I just went ahead and crafted level 16 boots once I was that level. Taking a look at some of the crafting costs is going to be really what you're going to want to pay attention to. I went ahead and you can see that gloves cost 6 iridescent tiers. Helmets do the same. 6 is a lot. At this point, you're not going to be finding very many tiers, and you really want to be spending them wisely. Crafting them on one of these items may not be your best bet. Crafting something like a belt where it only costs you 1, or crafting something like the boots where it's 3, or even going down and looking at the shoulders where they cost you no tiers at all, you're going to be wanting to pay attention to that. If you really need a pair of gloves, or if you really need a helmet, you're going to want to obviously craft them, but you're just going to want to know that they are costing you quite a bit of tiers. So crafting boots I feel is mandatory, as well as crafting weapons. You don't have to craft a level 3 weapon, and you do not have to craft a level 7 weapon. But after that point, things are really going to start slowing down on you, and by the time you hit level 13, unless the game has just been really nice to you and giving you great weapons, you're going to want to craft these. Same thing goes for level 17. I think it's just going to be pretty much a continuous trend. Unless you happen to find really good weapons for the level that you're at, you're going to want to craft the ones that the game is going to be able to give you. It's going to help tremendously boost your damage. Do keep in mind, with Reaper of Souls, well, monsters now level with our character. So when we're level 19, the character or the mobs are level 19. When we're level 20, the mobs are level 20. So if we're using level 15 gear and we're trying to fight level 20 monsters, it's going to be taking you a while to burn through them. So keeping your weapons as up to date as possible is really going to help you out. So I've leveled up my blacksmith 4 times. Taking a look at some of the gear, not a whole lot to talk about. It's really basic gear. You're not going for like game-changing gear or anything like that at this point. But once you have reached level 6 in Act 1, I'm going to throw the picture up of this vendor. It's right next to the jewel crafter. You're going to start to be able to buy trinkets or jewelry. You want to find rings with average damage. The 2 to 4 damage is what you're going to be looking for. It's going to be your best buff for the lower levels. Once you've reached level 12 to 14, you're going to start seeing amulets, and you're going to start seeing upgraded rings as well, so you get ones with higher average damage. Do start looking out for those as well. I've been able to find 2 legendaries, so you can see here, got a ring, nothing really great. Got a helmet, nothing really great. But at the lower levels, finding legendaries is really amazing. You know, it's kind of bringing back that whole fresh feel of a season again. It's pretty nice, or a ladder from Diablo 2. So I wrote a few things down here so I would not forget. Just reached Act 2, so things are going to be getting a little crazy. Being in hardcore, going to kind of take things a little bit slow, but I really do want to analyze what exactly is going on with the Barbarian. Going to go over the skills. Templar is what I've really been preferring to use. We're playing a Barbarian. We're in hardcore. He gives you healing, a little bit more healing, and gives you some crowd control. It's just really amazing. Then when you're done with your items, you know, you just throw them onto the Barbarian. When I'm not using this weapon, he's going to get it, gets all the hand-me-downs. It works out really well for you. Events are something you definitely want to be doing. I don't feel that they're really slowing you down at all, unless you're trying to clear the act as fast as you possibly can. But if you're going for experience, events have been a pretty good way to grant that for you. And the last thing, or skills, and then difficulty, or difficulty and skills, how about that? I was playing in normal. I quickly moved up to hard, and then pretty much immediately after that moved up to expert. Once I reached level 7, I played 1 through 7 in normal, and like the gains just were really slow. I was just burning through the content. It was hardcore. I wasn't sure how things were going to be, so I was taking it a little easy. quickly ramped up the damage. Haven't been having a problem up until this point, but I am just reaching Act 2, like I said. Some pretty nasty monsters. Going over the skills here real fast. I have been preferring Bash with Onslaught. I just picked up, though, Cleave with Reaping Swings. That's going to give us additional fury for every enemy that we hit with this ability. At the lower levels, really at any levels, I should say, whenever you're using your fury, you're going to be doing more damage when you're using your fury generators. You know, that's just kind of the way that goes. So if you're giving yourself a little bit of additional fury with Reaping Swings, it may be helping you out. I just need to test around with it. I haven't been able to up until this point. Now, Hammer the Ancients or Seismic Slam, you know, pretty much want to run either one of these. If you're having troubles with survivability, Seismic Slam's going to be better. It's a long range and it's AoE. It's going to be the way to go. We already have Stagger, so you don't have to worry about spending too much fury. But if you're going for the single target damage and you do not have problems with survivability, definitely going to recommend you going with Hammer the Ancients with Smash. Rend with Bloodlust, little bit of increased survivability. The healing is going to be pretty nice. If there's a bunch of monsters around you, you throw out your Rend, you're at least going to be getting some healing. Looking at Leap, it's pretty much our only evade ability. We do not have anything like Furious Charge. We do not have Wrath of the Berserker at this point. Leap is just going to be really amazing for just that, evading, leaping out, and getting out of trouble. Now, Threatening Shout, if I was not playing in hardcore, I would have to say that I would probably be using Sprint, but since I am, being able to throw out my Threatening Shout, giving us a little bit of additional fury, reducing the damage that the mobs do, it's just been really helpful. Earthquake, you use this, it costs 50 fury, so you want to use it when you encounter the elites, you're fighting the bosses, the various things, maybe a huge group of white monsters, you know, you want to save it for those really nice cases when you're actually going to be needing it. The one passive, about to pick up another one here in just a 10,000 more XP. Nerves of Steel is what I am currently using. If I was not playing at hardcore, I would probably be going with Ruthless. 40% additional damage to enemies that are below 30% life. It's really, really nice. Going to be picking up Berserker's Rage and Inspiring Presence at level 20. I think I'm going to end up using Ruthless and Nerves of Steel. I'm not going to use one of the new passives that I pick up just here shortly. So Nerves of Steel and Ruthless is what I'm going to be preferring to use. And that's really all I had for this video. I hope you did enjoy. I'm ChromeOnRust for Quarkspert Gaming. Do stay tuned for part 2, where we'll probably be going over what exactly happened in Act 2, and then the next one will probably be like Act 3. Well, I'm out of here, and you all have a great day.
Grieves me to hear that.